You're staring at a blinking cursor in a message you should have sent 10 minutes ago, then 20, then an hour. And your body is doing that subtle thing where your shoulders creep up and your jaw tightens like you're about to defend yourself in court. You rewrite one sentence, then you rewrite it again. You add a smiley, remove it, add a different one, remove that too. You read the whole thing from the other person's perspective, then from your boss's perspective, then from the version of you who is trying not to look needy, then from the version of you who is trying not to look cold. And the weird part is you're not even sure what you're afraid of. You just feel this small internal alarm that says, not yet, not safe yet. Here's the pattern break. This isn't communication. This is threat management disguised as writing. And if you learn to spot the exact moment your brain flips into social danger mode, you can install a protocol that gets you to a clean send in under 2 minutes without being reckless or rude. By the end, you'll have a simple mental model you can remember under pressure, a one-breath interruption that drops the alarm signal fast, and a 90 seconds end ramp that makes your messages clearer, kinder, and faster. In the next minute, I'm going to open 4 loops and close them all. The real reason you over-edit is not perfectionism. There's a silent decision your brain makes and you keep missing it. You have 2 motivational systems and you keep feeding the wrong one, and there is a single sentence that interrupts the spiral in under 5 seconds. First, let's name what this costs you, because it's bigger than the time you lose. You lose momentum. You lose trust in yourself. You start avoiding people you actually like because every reply feels like a performance. You start delaying important asks because you can't find the right words, and then you resent yourself for being behind. And there's a quiet shame that sits underneath it, the kind that makes you a little smaller inside. You see their message sitting there. You know it would take you 30 seconds to respond, but you don't, because responding feels like stepping onto a stage without a script. So you tell yourself, I'll do it when I can focus. But what you really mean is, I'll do it when it doesn't feel risky. And the risk isn't real danger, it's social danger. It's the ancient part of your brain that equates being misunderstood with being rejected. That's why this pattern is so sticky. Your nervous system is trying to protect you. Not from the message, but from the feeling that comes after you hit send, exposure. You send it and you can't control how it lands. You can't control the pause before they reply. You can't control their mood, so your brain tries to reduce uncertainty by editing. It thinks more editing equals more safety. But it's a trap because uncertainty is not something you can fully edit away. The more you try, the more your brain learns. This is dangerous, we need more control. And the alarm stays on. That's why this is not a character flaw, it's a protection loop. And if we treat it like protection, we can change it quickly without shaming you into a worse spiral. Now here's the model. I call it the 3 drafts. Picture every message you write as 3 drafts stacked on top of each other like transparent sheets. Draft 1 is the truth draft, draft 2 is the bridge draft, draft 3 is the send draft. The 3 drafts. Most people who over-edit are accidentally trying to write draft 2 and draft 3 before they've written draft 1, so the message feels unstable and the brain panics and you loop. The 3 drafts gives your brain a map. First you put the truth on the page, then you build a bridge to the reader. Then you create a sendable version that doesn't require perfection. The 3 drafts. Let me preview them fast and keep the loop open. The truth draft is what you would say if there were no consequences. The bridge draft is the one sentence that makes it land for the other person. And the send draft is the shortest version you are willing to stand behind. The 3 drafts. Now let's walk through each one in real life in the exact micro scenes where you normally get stuck. Imagine you're replying to a coworker who asked a simple question and you feel that immediate pressure. Don't sound incompetent. Don't sound annoyed. Don't sound slow. Or imagine you're messaging someone you care about and you feel the pressure. Don't sound too eager. Don't sound cold. Don't mess it up. Different scenarios, same internal mechanics. Your brain is doing prediction. It's trying to simulate how they'll interpret your words so you can avoid a negative outcome. That's normal. But when your threat system takes over, prediction becomes catastrophizing. You stop writing to communicate and start writing to prevent pain. That's the moment you need to catch. It's the silent decision your brain makes. It decides, this message determines my standing. And you miss it because it doesn't show up as a thought. It shows up as a body shift. Your chest tightens, your breath gets shallow, your eyes narrow. You start rereading from the top. You start hunting for flaws. That's the silent decision. That's the fork in the road, and once you see it, you can steer. That brings us to draft 1, the truth draft. The truth draft is not what you will send. It's what you need to know. It is the raw clarity your brain is searching for. Without a truth draft, you will keep editing because you're editing around uncertainty. So here's the first micro action. The moment you feel that tightness, you take one breath and make the exhale longer than the inhale, like you're letting pressure out of a valve. While you exhale, you silently label what's happening. Thread editing. That label matters. It tells your brain, we're safe enough to observe. Then you write one sentence that is unpolished and true. Not fancy, not strategic, true. I can't do this by tomorrow. Or yes, I can take it, I'll need the details. Or I'm interested, what time works? Or I'm not sure yet, I'll confirm by 3. Or even I don't know, can you clarify? The truth draft is the quickest way to stop your brain from spinning because it gives it a stable core. The truth draft. And notice what happens when you do this. Your mind gets quieter because it's no longer trying to guess what you mean. Now, draft 2, the bridge draft. This is where kindness and context live, and it's also where many people get stuck because they think the bridge has to be perfect. It doesn't. The bridge draft is one sentence that makes the truth easy to receive. One sentence. That's it. You're not writing a novel, you're not writing a defense, you're creating a bridge. Just so we're aligned. Quick heads up. To make this easy, I want to be transparent. I'm on it and I'd love to help and the bridge draft. And here is the second micro action that keeps this from turning into over-explaining. You keep your bridge under 12 words. 12. That constraint is not arbitrary. It forces clarity and reduces the urge to perform. Now draft 3, the send draft. This is the part your threat system hates, because draft 3 means exposure. Draft 3 is the shortest version you're willing to stand behind, even if someone misreads it. That sentence might sound scary, but it's the heart of freedom. You stop trying to control interpretation, and you start controlling your intention. Draft 3 is where you compress. You keep the truth draft, you keep one bridge sentence, and you delete everything else. The send draft. Now here's the one sentence that interrupts the spiral in under 5 seconds. The one you use every time you catch yourself rereading for the 4th time. Clarity beats comfort. Clarity beats comfort. Because the reason you're editing isn't clarity, it's comfort. You're trying to soothe your own uncertainty by polishing. But comfort is endless. You can always polish more. Clarity has an end. Once it's clear, you can send. Clarity beats comfort. That sentence doesn't shame you. It reminds you what you're actually doing. And it moves you back into choice. Now let's talk about the 2 motivational systems, because this is where people keep feeding the wrong one. You have a threat system that motivates you with fear of consequences, and you have a progress system that motivates you with momentum and reward. When you over-edit, you think you're being responsible, but you're actually feeding the threat system. If I say it wrong, something bad happens. That makes the act of sending feel heavier over time. The progress system works differently. It says, one clean send proves I can handle this. When you use the 3 drafts and hit send, you create a small win that updates your brain's prediction. Sending is survivable. Sending is normal. You don't need perfect words to stay connected. That's how the loop dissolves. And I want to emphasize the protection reframe again, because it removes the self-hate that keeps you stuck. The part of you that over-edits is not trying to ruin your life. It's trying to prevent a social wound. It's trying to keep you from being judged, misunderstood, ignored, or rejected. That's why it shows up most when you care. When you don't care, you can send quickly. When you care, you overthink. That's not because you're weak. It's because your attachment system is awake. So we don't attack it. We give it a protocol. Now we install the actual daily upgrade, the one you can run today in a real moment in under 2 minutes. This is called the 90-second send ramp, and it runs on the 3 drafts. Here is the if-then rule. If you reread your message more than twice, then you run the send ramp immediately. Not later. Twice is the trigger. You don't need more motivation, you need a better trigger. The send ramp starts with the 1 breath interruption, 1 normal inhale, longer exhale, and the label threat editing. Then you do the environment tweak that takes under 30 seconds. You switch your screen to the simplest writing surface available, plain text, notes, or the message box with nothing else open, and you physically move your thumbs away from scrolling. If you're on a phone, you turn off notifications for 90 seconds or flip to airplane mode. If you're on a computer, you full screen the message window. Why? Because your brain can't write cleanly while it's scanning for extra inputs. Remove inputs, reduce threat, that's the tweak. Now you write the 3 drafts fast, on purpose. Truth draft first, 1 sentence of truth. Bridge draft next, 1 sentence under 12 words that makes it land. Send draft last. You compress to the shortest version you can stand behind. Then you do the final move, the move that converts theory into action. You count down quietly from 3 and you press send on 1. This matters because the hardest part is the last half second. Your brain will try to bargain, maybe tweak one more word. The countdown breaks the bargaining. And you say the interrupting sentence as you do it. Clarity beats comfort. That's the full protocol. It's simple enough to run when you're tired, when you're anxious, when you're busy. And it's science-backed in plain language. You're shifting from threat-driven rumination to action-driven updating. Your brain learns from what you do, not from what you promise. Now let's close the open loops cleanly so your mind can relax. The real reason you over-edit is not perfectionism. It's your nervous system trying to prevent social pain by reducing uncertainty through control. The silent decision you keep missing is the moment your brain decides, "This message determines my standing." And it shows up as a body shift and compulsive rereading. The two motivational systems are threat and progress, and over-editing feeds threat, while sending one clear message feeds progress and updates your prediction system. And the single sentence that interrupts the spiral is clarity beats comfort, because it exposes the real motive behind the compulsive editing and brings you back into intention. Now I want to return to the quiet shame moment with compassion, because this is where you either change or you keep hiding. If you've ever thought, why can everyone else just reply like a normal person? The answer is, many people don't. They just hide it better, or they don't care as much. Or their nervous system learned different rules. Your pattern is not evidence that you're broken. It's evidence that you're sensitive to connection and consequence. That can be a strength if you stop letting it trap you. The identity shift is this: you become the person who communicates to connect, not to perform. You become the person who chooses on purpose. Not perfect, purposeful. Now we return to the opening scene upgraded. The cursor blinks. Your shoulders rise. The urge to reread hits. In the past you would spiral. Now you catch it at reread number 2. That's your trigger. You exhale longer and label it thread editing. You run the 3 drafts fast. Truth draft, bridge draft, send draft. The 3 drafts. You compress, you count down, you send. And then notice the micro victory. Your chest loosens, your mind clears, and you walk away with self-respect instead of a half-finished loop buzzing in your head all night. Your experiment for the next 24 hours is simple. Choose one message you've been over-editing and run the 90-second send ramp once. Just once. Not on the hardest message of your life. On a normal one. Let your brain learn that clarity is safe. If this installed something in the way you speak up and hit send, share it with someone who rewrites messages like they're diffusing a bomb. And if you want one upgrade a day that makes your mind calmer and your actions cleaner, you're welcome here.